Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Marilise, and today I'm going to share my story with you about how I manifested a baby. So, this video is probably going to be a little bit longer than my normal ones, so go ahead and grab your snacks, grab your coffee, and let's get right into it. Okay, so basically, I am a mom of one child. I had my son when I was 22 years old, and I was like a one and done girl. I had him, and things didn't quite work out with his dad, and so I raised him as, I raised him with help from his dad and his grandparents, but basically as a single mom. I had him most of the time. I worked full time and I took care of him on my own. Well, I've always had this, I'd say, thing in my heart about adoption. Felt like I was meant for, I guess, more for children. Like, I felt like I had just more to give children. I had a lot of love inside of me, and just having my son, I really loved being a mom. I've always known that I wanted to be a mom, and when I had him, my life completely changed. I knew that everything I wanted to do was for him. I wanted to be the best person possible. And I thought I would have like 6 kids, to be honest with you, but it just didn't happen that way. I had him, and like I said, things with me and his dad didn't quite work out. And so the realization of having a child and having to co-parent at the same time, sets in. And so I basically just, went on my journey, raised him up into the point where he was about to turn 18. And like I said, always had on my heart adoption. So we would adopt animals, basically. Like, we've had a bunch of cats and we were fine. Well, September of 2021, I was going to esthetician school. Like I said, my boy was about to be 18. He was in his last year of high school. We were smooth sailing, and I got a phone call from my mom, and I was woken up that day by my son, letting me know that my little sister basically was in a car accident with one of her children, with her baby, basically. And the baby was gonna be taken into foster care, and my sister was in the hospital. It was a terrible accident. She almost didn't make it through. But the call I got that day basically was that this child had needed help. So I went ahead and returned the call to the agency that was helping her. I had only met the baby one time. She was now 10 months, and I'd only met her one time when she was a couple weeks old. And but it was on my heart that if, I was always that type of person that if something or someone needed help, I was going to help them. So I called. There was the other grandma that was trying to help out first, and help to get the child, out of the agency that she was in. And so I basically just let them know that I would be second in line to help take care of her. And I went ahead and said, my faith, I do believe in God, and I said a prayer. And I just let them know that, like, hey, if it's better for other grandma to have her, let other grandma take her. If, you feel like I'm the best person to help this child at this time, let it be me. And I got a call a few days later letting me know that the other grandma, not my mom, but dad's mom, that basically the living situation that she was in wasn't ideal for her to take on the child. So that left me. And so I went through this process over the next couple weeks, with interviews and taking CPR classes and doing all these things to help this child. And I went and I picked her up 2 weeks later. I brought her home with me. Over the course of the next few months, I was still going to school. I was taking care of her, taking care of my son, trying to get him through high school. And in my mind, and our plan was that she would be going back with her mom. And that didn't quite happen. A couple months later, my sister ended up passing away. And so it led to me now in the process of adopting her. And I just wanted to share this story with you all because manifestation is so incredibly magic. And it's, it was a very sad situation, but it was something that I had that on my heart for probably about 20 years of my life. That there was something more for me, or something more for me to give to a child. And it was my assumption that it was what I needed to do, I guess. And although I didn't really at that point think that it was ever gonna happen, I never thought I would bring another child into my life and in my home. The law of manifestation ended up having her come to me. And I know for a fact that if I had not had that in my mind, in my desire, in my heart, that it would have never happened. And so what I want to tell you all is that I don't care how long something has taken for you, or if you think that something might not be meant for you that you have wanted or desired. You just never know what can happen. And manifestation is so powerful. The laws are so powerful. And so I'm here to tell you, if there's something that you feel like is in your heart or on your desire to do, don't let it go, because it could just be right around the corner. Just keep working on yourself and preparing yourself for a role that you might step into at some point in your life. But if you stuck around for the whole story, thank you so much for letting me share it with you. Please subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment, like my video, and thank you so much for watching, you guys.